Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Tom. What happened?
May I ask one question?
Yes, please. You can ask.
What are you going to teach today?
I am going to teach auxiliary verbs today.
Oh, I must go and take my book and get ready with my book and take my seat now.
Hey, where are you going?
Going to my place, ma'am.
So, children, today we are going to start with our next chapter. The same chapter, not the next chapter. We are going to start with the chapter. So, before we start, my favorite student, Cheryl, she is going to recapitulate. She is going to explain whatever I taught till now.
Hello students. Before we start with the next topic, let's recapitulate what we have learned till now. First of all, I told you the meaning of verbs. Verbs are sometimes called action words or doing words. They are words that express an action, event, or a state of being. Examples of action are sing, talk, jump, etc. And examples of event are happen, rain, occur, etc. There are two main classes of verbs, that are main verbs and auxiliary verbs. Main verbs are very large in number. For example, eat, study, erase, understand, etc. Whereas auxiliary verbs are a small group. Main verbs can occur independently or in combination with auxiliary verbs. Whereas auxiliary verbs cannot stand independently and always occur in combination with main verbs. After that, I told you about main verbs, that main verbs are called full verbs because they can occur independently in a sentence. We also call them lexical verbs or principal verbs. Main verbs can be either transitive or intransitive. Whereas intransitive verbs do not need an object or any other element to complete their meanings. After that, I told you about regular and irregular verbs. Most verbs form their past tense forms by adding d or ed to their base form. Such verbs are known as regular verbs. The verbs that form their past tense forms in other ways are called irregular verbs. Till there we have already completed. So let's start with auxiliary verbs with our English ma'am.
Thank you, Cheryl. So let's start with our next topic. This is our last topic of verbs. So the topic is auxiliary verbs. So first of all, what is auxiliary verbs? So auxiliary verbs are helping verbs. They cannot occur independently without a main verb following them. Let's take one example. Here the example is Sumesh can speak Spanish. So you can see I have written the example here. Sumesh can speak Spanish. So in this sentence we can see that the auxiliary verb is can and the main verb that is followed by the main verb speak. So if we remove speak from the sentence, then there will be no meaning of the sentence. The sentence will be meaningless. So that's why it is said that auxiliary verbs are are always followed by the main verbs. So in our English, auxiliary verbs include two types. One is primary verbs and the second is modal auxiliaries. Okay, primary verbs and the modal auxiliaries. So primary verbs be, do, have. So all these three are known as primary verb. So these three are also used as the main verb. And the modal auxiliaries are the verbs that express possibility, necessity, and permission and prediction. Okay, so modal auxiliaries, they express possibility, necessity, prediction, and permission. Such as, we can take the examples here of the modal auxiliaries: will, shall, may, might, so could. So all these are the types of modal auxiliaries. So we are having more also here, like can, etc. So we are having more. I have written only these many. So these are the modal auxiliaries. All auxiliary verbs are irregular verbs. I told you about the irregular verbs, that is the verbs that form their past tense forms in irregular ways are called irregular verbs. So in the same way, here the auxiliary verbs also form their past tenses in an irregular form, in irregular way. So the primary verbs be, do, and have many grammatical uses. Like here we can see that these primary verbs are used for making negative sentences. So let's take one example here. The example is, I brushed my teeth. What I said? I brushed my teeth. So let's make the negative sentence with I brushed my teeth by using be, do, and have. So the negative sentence will be, I did not. I did not brush my teeth. In the same way, these primary verbs are used for making continuous tense. I brushed my teeth. So let's brushed my teeth. Let's make the continuous tense. So we can make two continuous tenses here. So I am or I was, both are correct. Okay, so I am brushing my teeth. If I write I was brushing my teeth, that is also correct, because the sentence is I brushed my teeth. So the past tense will be I was brushing my teeth. Okay, now the next is making the perfect tense. So we use these auxiliary verbs even for making the perfect tense. So here the perfect tense will be I have brushed my teeth. So in this way we can say the primary verb, the auxiliary verbs, the primary verbs that are used in many ways for making negative sentences, making continuous tense, and for making the perfect tense. So modal auxiliaries. So modal auxiliaries are used to express modal ideas like possibilities, permissions, and you can say request, and suggestions and obligations. So all these ideas are expressed by modal auxiliaries. So let's take some examples to understand it well. So the first example I am writing here, Satish can read Arabic. Satish can read Arabic. So here can is the auxiliary verb, okay, and can is the auxiliary verb that is telling us the Satish ability. It is showing the Satish ability of reading Arabic. Okay, let's take one more example here. We can take one more example by using the word can only. So you can have the cake now. You can have the cake now. So here again we used can, the auxiliary verb can, and here can is used for giving the permission to eat the cake. Okay, so here can is used to give the permission to eat the cake. Now let's take one more example, and that is also based on can. Okay, so the based on, not based on can, but you can say the past form of can, that is could. So you could feed the dog in the evening. You could feed the dog in the evening. So here could, the auxiliary verb could is used for giving the suggestion. That means the suggestion is given here that the food can be given to the dog in the evening. So suggestion is given in this sentence. Now one more, and the one more use of can, that is could, you can say, could you pass the sugar please? What I said? Could you pass the sugar please? So here we can see that could is used for a request, for requesting something. So here could is used for requesting something. Okay, so here I told you the use of can and the past tense of can, could, and here we used can for showing the ability, for permission, for suggestion, for request. In the same way we can use the other modal auxiliary verbs also. So let's take one more example of may. Okay, M-A-Y, may. Like she may come tomorrow. So here she may is used to tell the possibility of her arrival of tomorrow. Next we can take one more example here. Rana might not bring the scooter back. Okay, so here might is telling the possibility of not bringing the scooter back. One more example, may I use the bathroom? Again here may is used for asking the permission. Okay, next is, in the same way we are having many auxiliary verbs here, modal auxiliary verbs that are used for possibilities, suggestions, request, ability, showing the ability and permission, all. So today we have completed this chapter, and from next video we'll start with next chapter. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.